Hello YouTubers, as you all know I have had it in mind to get a QWERTY keyboard mobile phone. Because I don't really use the internet on my phones anymore, I decided that I wanted a more basic phone. Then after getting a more basic phone I realised that I wanted a QWERTY keyboard because I do more text than phone calls. So first off I looked at the Samsung Chat, then I looked at the Nokia C3, then I looked at the Sony Ericsson Text, and there were a couple of others that I looked at but they didn't really impress me, to be honest. So then I started looking at the BlackBerries, and I looked at the 9360, I looked at the 9700, I looked at the 9300, I looked at the 8520, and basically I got a bit boggled about it because I thought to myself, well, which one do I get? I've got no idea, because some people said good things about one, some people said bad things about it, and I just couldn't make my mind up. So yesterday I managed to get some money together, and I decided that I would actually go to a shop and have a look for myself. So I went to the Carphone warehouse, and this really nice sales assistant came over, and I was expecting her to try and lamp me up with the sort of most expensive phone that they sold, sort of thing. Well, she wasn't like that at all, and in fact at one point she tried to convince me to get a cheaper phone because of my, you know, the usage I do and that. But I said to her that I wanted a BlackBerry specifically, so we had a look at the 8520 and the 9300, and based on what I told her, she said that I would do better to get the BlackBerry 9300, and that is what I got. And she's a beauty! Oh yes'ums. Now, I sort of had my reservations about the BlackBerries. A lot of people say that they're all, you know, it's a required taste, and if you're not into the whole messenger thing, then it's a waste of money. But I've got to say, since I've got this home, which was about 1 o'clock yesterday, I've been really impressed with it. Call quality on it is just really good. The sound that comes through the speaker, you can hear and people really clearly, and you know, I've just been really impressed with it. I charged it up to 100% yesterday when I got it home, which was about 1 o'clock. And I've been on the internet, I've been downloading apps, I've been mucking about with themes, I've basically been playing with it a lot yesterday. You could term it as heavy use, and it was on 100%. Okay, I did connect it to my computer a couple of times, but I didn't have it connected that long, and when I turned it on this morning it was on 90%, which I was quite surprised at. I mean, if you can see there is quite a lot of battery life left, and I was on it a lot. And okay, I did try to use Facebook and Twitter in the apps that you get with it, as you can see the two apps there, Twitter and Facebook, but it wouldn't connect to them because I didn't have a BlackBerry data plan. But I could go onto the internet using my Wi-Fi at home and get into Facebook and Twitter that way, and I could also get into my Yahoo Messenger as well, which was pretty good. You can't use the app with it, the Yahoo app, because if I haven't got a BBM thing, it just doesn't work. But you can get into it via the Wi-Fi if you use the internet browser, which is pretty good. The app world works as well, which I was quite impressed with. And if you notice, this actually has a sort of OS 7 type theme to it, which I downloaded from the app world, which I quite like. But yeah, I've been really impressed with it. The battery life so far has been really good. The call quality is really good. Texting with it is really easy. I've got to say it is a bit weird when you dial a number, but as you can see there, as I put in the numbers, you know, you just press the green button and it will dial the number for you. So that's pretty good. But yeah, you know, okay, you sort of got to get used to using it. I would say that the keyboard is probably as good as the Nokia C3, but you do have to get used to the keyboard. I do like the way that the keyboard feels though. And now I am going to show you the camera. Now, I was quite impressed with this camera. I wasn't really expecting much from it, to be honest. Because of it being QVGA, I thought it isn't going to be that good and the sound is going to be rubbish. But I was quite impressed with it. I was quite surprised actually. As you can see there, you've got the 320 by 240, which is QVGA, and then you've got the 176 by 144, which I think is QVGA or something like that. Compared to the Nokia C3, it does do a really good job. Considering it's only 15 frames per second, the sound is pretty good, And the quality in the video is pretty good as well. I mean, okay, when you do put it onto your computer, there is a little bit of pixelation, and the quality, if you stretch it out, isn't as good. And you'll probably see that when I put it into YouTube, because I am going to do a video sample at the end of this video. But I was really impressed with the video quality. I was quite surprised, to be honest. So I am a very happy camper, because, you know, it's given me the text QWERTY keyboard that I wanted. It's quite a sturdy phone itself. It's a bit weird when you turn it on and off. When you first put the battery in, it does take quite a long time to start up, but then when you turn it off, it sort of goes into, I don't know what it does, it's almost like it goes into a hibernation mode, but then when you turn it back on again, it doesn't seem to affect the battery life, so that was good. What about price? I got this from the Carphone warehouse, and I was worried about having to pay top up. Now, Carphone warehouse do this thing where if you've had a pay-as-you-go SIM for, I think it's more than 6 months, you can actually get it, and they call it an upgrade. So I went in there with my SIM, my T-Mobile SIM, which I've had for over 2 years, and I gave it over to them. They checked the number, and they said, well, you don't have to pay the top-up fee. You can have it for the upgrade fee, which I was quite impressed with. This cost me 129 quid, and I also got a nice rubber case with it, which is a really nice case. I mean, okay, it's nothing spectacular, but it does the job. I also got some insurance for the phone, which was only £3.99 a month. So with the case and the phone, it was only £139, which I was quite impressed with, to be honest. I think you would have to add 20 quid on top of that if you haven't already had a SIM card for more than 6 months. But I still thought it was a really good price, and I thought it was a bargain, so I snapped it up, and I'm really glad that I did. I really do like this phone. It is exactly what I wanted, and I'm just really happy that I purchased it. So there you go. I just want to say thanks for all your help. Thanks for the advice that you guys gave me. And I'm going to do a video sample at the end of this video so you guys can see what the video capability is. So there you go. This is the BlackBerry 9300 3G. It is a really nice phone, and I'm really impressed with it. If you're looking for your first BlackBerry phone, then I would say get the 9300, because they are quite cheap at the moment. The OS 6 is really nice. The battery life seems to be pretty good. And the video and stills are pretty good as well. So I would say go for the 9300, because it does give you quite a lot more than the 8520. Okay, well, that's enough from me. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and next up is a video sample. So here we have the video sample from the BlackBerry 9300 3G. Now, it does have a zoom capability, but you've got to zoom in before you start recording, which is a little bit of a bummer, to be honest. I sort of don't really know why they would have that if you can't zoom while video recording, but it's not a biggie, to be honest. I mean, who really zooms in anyway on mobile phones? Okay, it's not HD, it's not even VGA, but it does do quite a good job. It'll be interesting to see what it's like with this wind as well. Now, you can pause the video, which I shall demonstrate now. So I just paused the video, which I think is a handy thing to have. I mean, some Pocket HD camcorders don't have pause video. So yeah, this is the BlackBerry 9300 3G. I think the video quality is pretty good, and it will be interesting to see what the sound is like with the wind and everything. So yeah, that's enough from me. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll do some more later on. Okay, bye bye for now.